Yeah.
It was just his birthday. On the 5th of April.
No, start with the punch.
Okay, he goes.
Mm-hmm.
So how long would you wait for? He was there for about a week.
Oh, so I was away, he was away.
Yeah. Did you go anywhere?
Okay.
Did you go away on a vacation?
No, I go upstate to do some work with that.
Yeah.
ויחי יעקב בארץ מצרים 17 שנה. Yaakov lived in Egypt 17 years. Interesting. Today in the Gemara, whoever lo and Daf Yomi, the Gemara talking about Tet. If you see the word Tet in the dream, you're going to have good stuff. And the Gemara says, if you see Tov, and we don't know 17 שנה, but it's the Gematria Tov. So interesting. The Daf and also the Rambam we learned today is about Gneva, Gneva. And the Gemara is talking about Gneva also. So I'm saying, Chumash, Gemara, and it's very interesting. So Rashi said that 17 years, first time Yaakov Avinu have no pain, have no tsar. All his life till then, he has tsar, non-stop. And finally, his last 17 years, he's living comfortable, he has no tsar. The Frierdiker Rebbe says that when the Tzemach Tzedek was a kid, he asked the Alter Rebbe, Zayde, how is possible Yaakov Avinu lived in Egypt, what is Goyish land, Tumah. In the Tumah itself, this is Avi Avot HaTumah, the worst of the worst, right? And over there, Yaakov lived the best 17 years, how is possible? If you think about it, that Tzemach Tzedek, as a small kid, he's already a Rebbe. The way he's thinking about,
You know what's going on.
he knows what's going on. He asking his Rebbe, like, I want to understand what our father, Yaakov Avinu, this is, how is possible that he live in Mitzrayim and over there is the best? You're not supposed to live in Eretz Yisrael. Well, you had a command from the Abishter to go, right? But a Jew is supposed to be in Eretz Yisrael all the time. The Gemara says if you're going out for Parnasa or whatever, then you have permission, but otherwise you're supposed to be in Eretz Yisrael. So you should be in, when Yaakov Avinu was in Yerushalayim, when you put the stone, underneath in his head, what is called Kodoshim over there, that should be his best life. No, we said Dafka in Mitzrayim. That was the Tzemach Tzedek question. The Alter Rebbe says that the Zayde answer to the grandchild is a pasuk Ve'es Yehuda Sholach Lefono. Yehuda is one of Yaakov's kid, and what Yaakov told Yehuda?
To prepare yeshiva in Goshen.
Right? When somebody big goes to visit somewhere, he sends his social security before to make sure when I come, I could walk in and everything will be okay. So Yaakov Avinu coming to Egypt, it's a dangerous place. What is the safe that I'm going to build over there? And I'm going to have a yeshiva. So I come to Mitzrayim, I'm coming to a yeshiva. So I know that I'm coming to a good Chabad house that I'm going to have a place with to sleep or with to eat.
Yeshiva.
A what?
What was the name of the yeshiva?
Yaakov Yeshiva. Yeshivas Yaakov.
Yeshiva
Or Yeshivas Yehuda.
Goshen. Yeshiva Goshen. Not Beis Yaakov.
The Yalkut Shimoni says, what does it mean? They send them. The lotion is, La'atkin lo beis Talmud. שתהיה שם תורה, ושיהיו השבותים הויגים בתורה. What happens when you learn Torah? You get close to the Abishter. And even in that matzav that you are in Mitzrayim, you could be Vayechi. You could live. Why? Because when a Yid learn Torah, that's what this. So when I'm learning that, I'm thinking to myself, the Rebbe asked, when a Ingeman get married, you want him for 12 months to sit and call it alone. The Rebbe don't say nobody got married, go to Shlichas all the way. No. You must sit and call for 1 year, and after that you could go to this. Why? Why can't I learn in Shiva to the Chasana? Why have to sit another 12 months in the kotel? What's the pshat? It's the same thing like Yaakov. You are alone there, you know how to learn. You got to Mitzrayim, you open a yeshiva. You still no. You're sending Yehuda before to open a yeshiva. So when I come, we're gonna have a yeshiva. What's the idea about that? The Rebbe says from here you could learn that sometimes I'm sending people to places that is Elvas. A Jew is not supposed to be in Manhattan. A Jew is not supposed to be in France. He's supposed to be in Koilel somewhere in Bnei Brak or Yerushalayim, right? And sit and learn. What are you doing in these places? It's Elvas. But once you learn Torah over there, what do? You do Vayechi. You machaya the world. That instead of be the Olam HaKlippa is going to be Olam HaKdusha. Let's look on California 50 years ago, before Rabbi Cohen came to California. California was only for movies, right? A Jew had no place over there. And think 50 years later to have a yeshiva and a community and
Jews were big in the movies. The Jews were big in Hollywood.
they were making the money.
They're
the ones that create that
development. The dream was to get into Hollywood. People didn't want to get into Hollywood.
because they couldn't get regular jobs.
That's what
There
they
was so much discrimination.
No, but I'm trying to say, you saw a place like this, you're going to say, Chad v'shalom, you should not travel to a place like that. And today you have a community with a mikveh, with a shul, with a kosher restaurant. It's huge, right?
Yeah.
Just look a little bit backward. The Rebbe didn't say, no, it's a tumor place. Don't even get close to it. There is some places in the world that still shluchim never reach yet. I'm not sure why, but I don't know if because of the tumor or because there's no Eden over there. I know Arab country for sure. They scare Pasha to live because it's dangerous, right? But other places where you think it's over, if you go ahead and you open a yeshiva, that's the security. That's why by Yaakov Avinu, the 17th best year was when he learned Dafka in Avasaret and he yeshiva.
Yeah.
It's not a chokhmah to be in a yeshiva and everything is good. When you go outside and over there you learn, over there you open a yeshiva. That's the chokhmah. The Rebbe asked a question. Yaakov Avinu asked his son, who could do something. With Yosef, he asked him, do me a favor, after I'm dying, don't leave me in Mitzrayim, take me out. Yosef said, fine. You ask me as a Mishnah Lemelech, I promise you I'll do it. Yaakov said, I'm not happy with it. He said, Ishavali. He asked him to swear. Why? It's Lechino. So what does Shvuah do to Yaakov that you know for sure is going to take him out from Mitzrayim? Elamar.
Worry about power.
Yaakov worried about power. That's what happened. He know that the minute Yaakov walked into Mitzrayim, all the brachas came in. So Yaakov is a holy man. If I leave the body from Yaakov in Egypt, it will be a blessing to Egypt. Now, since Yosef is only a Mishnah Melech, not the Melech, whatever he want to do, he could do, but at one point, Paro is the last word.
Yeah.
And Paro could say to Yosef, I'm sorry. So what happened? Once his father was making Shvuah, Shvuah is not something with his seichel. Shvuah is lemala min seichel. Shvuah has nothing to do with you have brain or not brain. You swear for that, and that's it. It's lemala min seichel.
Yeah. He could kill power also.
Who?
Also. Kill power. Then you can do it. Irish. If you kill him.
And then what? Who said the
There won't be
Egyptian?
a problem.
No, who say Egyptian?
That's what they do in other places. The second takes over.
Obviously, it wasn't the job from Yosef to kill Paro, right? But Yaakov Avinu is like a Ruach HaKodesh, like he know what's going to be later on. That Paro this, right? Question is, how could Yaakov give a bracha to Paro that every time you go to the Nilus will go up to you? Nilus is avodah zarah. The Egyptian working for the Nilus is avodah zarah. Yaakov cannot give a chizuk to Avodah Zarah, lechura. It's a good question, right? So what's the answer? When Yaakov Avinu show power that you don't have the power in the nails, right? You make it Avodah Zarah, but you have no power. V'araya, when I come, the water go up. If you want, I'll give you the key, the power that when you go in. So what the Egyptian says, why the water go up to power? Because Yaakov gave him a bracha. Who is Yaakov? Yaakov is a Yid. So because the Jew gave him bracha, so the name of the Ebershter is get bigger. Instead of you taking the or and make it clipper, make it this the or itself will be Kedusha. Story with the Baal Shem Tov, that one time he went with his Hasidim, and it was winter time, and they need to go to a mikveh. So the Baal Shem Tov says, no, what's the problem? We have a river over here. No, let's go to the mikveh. The problem was the river was ice. In the winter, right? It became ice. So what you do if you want to go to the mikveh in the ice?
Break the ice.
You break the hole of the mikveh.
It's dangerous to come out. Dangerous coming out of the ice. Yeah, you go down, but hard to get out.
The Talmidim, as the Baal Shem Tov, we have a big problem over here. What's the problem? The Goyim went ahead and make a big course on the ice. So we want to make as a mikveh favor, and what the Goyim did from that? Make a course. So but the Baal Shem Tov says, doesn't mean nothing. What they did on the ice, it doesn't mean nothing. Break the ice and go to the mikveh and favor. The power of Kedusha of mikveh is so strong, nothing could make it no. Whatever they put on the ice, it doesn't mean nothing, right? Yaakov Avinu told Paro that you thinking the Yor is the one that give you the food, because if no water, there's not going to be wheat. No wheat, there's nothing to eat. So you thinking this is what is? I'll break it. I'll break the clip, and I'll show you, because I talked to the Ebershter, and I asking the Ebershter, please make sure that the water is going over. And it's interesting is I heard from More Derech. More Derech is a tourist guide that he went to Egypt, and Israeli people go over there to visit, the pyramid. So he showed them on the road next to the needles, there's sticks and has lines. And according how the water go high, the needles, that's a mark, right? That's how much tax you pay this year. In other words, if the level of the water is like up here, the tax will be this year very, very low. If the water only a half, however, the tax will be very high, because you have more water, you have more wheat, you have more whatever it is food. So everybody has this, so the tax will be down. Till today, 2,000 years later, it's still on the mark, and the level, and the year where the people used to be according to this.
They made the marks.
The Egyptian make the mark what?
Years ago, yeah.
In the time from Paro. And the pyramid, whatever. And that's how people used to pay the tax. It's very, very interesting to see that the year for them, it was mamash. There's no other way. You can bring water to Egypt if not the. The concept is, the Chassidus says the Mitzrayim is a clipper. And Yaakov Avinu going down to Mitzrayim to break the clipper. When the Eden went after the Shibud out from Mitzrayim, what he says over there, Vayechi Israel et Mitzrayim. The Jewish people was taking out, empty out. What does it mean to empty out? A clipper doesn't have any chayes for herself. The Ebershter create a lot of Gedusha in the world. The dish is over spilled, and the clipper the Egyptian took out, and that's why the tumah is so strong over there. Because when tumah take from Gedusha, it's very strong. Yaakov Avinu by sending Yehuda to open a yeshiva and being over there, and then the Jewish people, whatever they did, by Natsluet Mitzvah, they're taking out back the Kedusha that the clipper was holding to it. And that's what gave him the koyach to be later on by Har Sinai and get it there. Preparing, go out from, 49 Shari Tumah to a level to get it there, which is. I think last year the Rav gave us a sicha about that is Yaakov Avinu is giving a brocha, and it's the pasuk says, "Vayikra advarim ha'ele vayomer lo Yosef, הנה אביך חולה, ויקח את שני בונו ומועץ מנשה ואפרים, ויתחזק Yaakov, and he was sitting on the bed. ויגד ליעקב ויאמר הנה בנך יוסף בא אליך, ויתחזק ישראל וישב וימית." What is ויתחזק ישראל וישב וימית? What happened? He was sick, was old, and then when he came to give a brocha, he got stronger and he gave a brocha.
Gotta force himself. It's force himself.
אף על פי שהוא בני, מלך הוא, אחלוק לו כבוד. A father and a son, the father doesn't have to give a cover to the son have to give a cover to the. What if your son became a melech?
You give him cover.
You do give him cover.
It's brought down in the Torah, the Marama Rookie, but the Rebbe, the Rosh.
He didn't want to
He didn't
go.
want his father to stand up and when he became
The Rosh.
Rosh in Germany.
The Maram Rottenberg.
He didn't want his father to stand up.
So what happened?
He didn't visit. He stayed away. He was great. Father to stand up. He doesn't want his father.
So he did not went to.
Brought down.
But he stood up anyway.
Huh?
The father stood up anyway.
So he didn't visit the father. The father didn't stand up. He didn't want his father to stand up.
Only when he called him, Yaakov called him, he came. But like this, he didn't want to go to him because his father was standing up.
Maybe also, yeah.
Yeah. He called him.
But this is a story with the Rav in German. He didn't want his father to stand up.
Yaakov did not know that this is the sons of Yosef. He asked him, Mi elelach? Who are they? And he brought the son to give him bracha.
So
He didn't know that they were sons?
So there was some problem. Yeah. The descendants wouldn't be good for watching. The Rabban ben Avad, Menashe, he saw things. So.
One more word.
The Rabban ben Avad.
ויהי בבואי מפדן, יעקב אבינו says, ויהי בבואי מת על הרוכל, right? You might or die. בארץ נעם, בדרך, בעוד כברת ארץ, לבוא אפרוצה ויקברו שם בדרך אפרוצה, ויבייס לכם. So, Rochel Avinu was willing to give away, not to be in Marat HaMachpelah, and to be in the road. Why to be in the road? Many years later on, the Bnei Yisrael going to need to cry. So you're willing to suffer for 2,000 years, just the children later on, so many generations later on, should be able to happen. If so, Yaakov Avinu also should die on the road, like Rochel Amin. Why Yaakov was buried in Marat HaMachpelah, not on the road, like Rochel? The children should have a place with to daven. So we know that mitzvot שהזמן גרמה, women poto. They're willing to give limud Torah and doing mitzvahs in order to be a keras habayis, to be in the house, and they serve Hashem by making laundry, by making food, by shopping, by spending your money. That's the way they serve Hashem. Yaakov Avinu, he can't serve Hashem this way. He has to sit and learn Torah. There's a man, there's a chiyuv. So Yaakov Avinu, even if you want to be buried in the world, he can't. He have to be dafka in Marat HaMachpelah. Because, oh, hi, how are you? Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
Someone talk about this week Sichos that Yaakov Avinu cannot be on the road because his job is to do a thing. Not like a woman. A woman could be in the house and cooking, cleaning the house. The job staying in the house, that is a mitzvah. But Yaakov Avinu, the mitzvah is still there.
No.
I got it was at the mitzvah.
Thank you.
Wow. You're coming from the airport straight now? I had a flight to leave 2:30.
Supposed
I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Supposed to land at 5 o'clock.
That's the way it is.
Huh? It was fog in the middle. The plane was like.
Square.
I sat there on the plane next to me sits a mishpoche. Didn't know the Yidden b'chlal.
They did not know that.
I didn't know the Yidden.
Ah,
I
okay.
didn't know. Sits down next to me, gentleman. He says, "Are you Lubavitch?" I say, "Yeah, I'm also Lubavitch."
Wow. Okay.
It's amazing. Not bad.
And you didn't even think it's a Yid.
Yeah.
Okay. How was he Lubavitch?
Huh?
How was he Lubavitch?
He's a Lubavitcher Chassid. Lubavitcher Rebbe is his Rebbe.
Oh.
And his kids go to Taket Yiddish school. V'chulu v'chulu. So Vayechi. Huh?
He wears tzitzis?
I didn't notice them, but Lubavitcher Chassid.
Wow.
Lubavitcher Chassid. So he's an executive, like in a hedge fund. So he realizes, I'm flabbergasted there. He says, one thing's the frum world got right to plug out from technology. And we were sitting for 3 hours. The plane was like, and this guy was like, he's still talking his thing. He's talking, the plane was pushing low like that boy. People were terrified.
You hear the noises from
No,
the
no,
window.
no. This guy is telling me, my son, he was in school and he's going like this, and I decided that we're plugging out from everything, every technology. Well, every technology. He's telling me, I tried to unsubscribe from Facebook, Meta. He says, you cannot imagine how hard it's to unsubscribe. It's not one click of a button. He was describing it. I'm never subscribed to it, so I don't know what it means to. He says these people have the best and the brightest. He says, in my office, I asked people, how much time do you spend? A half hour. I said, check. Every person found that there are 4 or 5 times the average person is spending on Facebook, on Instagram, v'chulu v'chulu. He says they're worth $4 trillion. What do you think it is? Because you are a good customer if they have algorithms that are mishiga. They just keep you busy. You think you're a supporter of Israel, and you read for 4 hours, and they shtupped like 3 articles that'll make you happy, and 1 article that give, and with girls with the body images that they do, and for boys, to make you feel bad about yourself, and loitachmod is a human condition, but people post things. Guys talking to me for the entire flight. He plugged
a check in the end?
that. I said I didn't get the pitch yet. Don't worry. The pitch kommt nicht da so. But
It's the head of a hedge fund.
yeah. So it's unbelievable. He says I plugged out. My kids are talking. This kid was sitting there. Usually kids sit with. Yeah. He didn't give them as much. He didn't let them have even earphones. Like we don't watch. They don't watch. His wife doesn't watch. They don't watch it. He says, all of a sudden, my son's marks went up like this. Wow. He says the kid is now one of the best kids in the class. Went from being the worst kid in the class to one of the best kids in the class. Only one change. No games, no technology. The TV in the house broke. And the computer arbeit nicht. And the kids go nicht. But the guy is working on his computer, and he was still talking.
How was this kid?
That's the Kedarkim of American Eden, so him and his wife are probably the same age as me and my wife, and his son is 6 years old and his daughter is 4 years old. But he's a Lubavitcher Chassid, and he learns Chassidus now, and the Shliach is this one and that one, and he learns with this, and after some Chastorah, he organized in the community a big Fabrengen, and he brought this shliach to Fabreng, and the other shliach came next day to Fabreng, and
Yeah, dachas.
yeah. Well, so I said to him,
Okay, listen, we're sitting on the plane. And one thing we're not talking to one of the table. One thing we're doing right away, we're learning a Sicha. Because otherwise everything we spoke is running. So we do Chazorah. That's a moeilijke geschmack Sicha. A moeilijke. So we learned last week, we learned the Gemara, time is short, that just in a kudde and a kudde, it's a moeilijke Sicha. We learned last week in the Gemara that when you have a conflict, the person doesn't have enough money for Ner Chanukah and Ner Shabbos. The Gemara says Ner Shabbos Odik, Mishum Shalom Beiser. There's a moeilijke in the year Tov Shalom Dvov. The Rebbe had a big koch in Mitzvah Nefshek, Ner Shabbos Kodesh. That year, the Rebbe spoke this Sicha. It was before the Rebbe started the whole thing with the campaign of Rambam. So it's a Rambam Sicha before. The Rambam writes in the Hilchos Chanukah that if you have a conflict, Hoy lefon of Ner Beisev and Ner Chanukah, Oy Ner Beisev v'Kiddush Hayoim, Ner Beisev Koidem, Shum Shalom Beisev. Number one, Sharei Hashem Nimchek Lasa Shalom Enish Leishtay. Number three, God La Shalom Shkol HaTorah Nitten Lasa Shalom Ba'olam Shnei B'Dached Dakenem V'Chol Nesem Shalom. Just three reasons why, if you have enough money and you can only buy a Hanukkah candle, Shabbos candle. Number one, because Shalom Bayis. Number two, Godel Shalom, as we know from Soita. We erase Hashem's name, put into the water for making Shalom between husband and wife. And number three, the whole Torah was given for Shalom. The Gemara only mentions the first reason. What was wrong with what the Gemara said that Amma had to cook up another two reasons? The truth is that the Rebbe later said that we see that there's a style in the Rambam when he finishes the whole Sefer, he writes a little bit Divrei Musar, he writes Divrei Machshava, something which is a Yesoid v'Klal B'chol HaTorah Kula. But it's like a nice thing. Royal is born in the Mishpatei Torah. We just finished Hilchos Mikvos last week. But the emes is here. There's a little bit of an extra pella. Here there's an extra pella. That this din klal doesn't belong here. In the Shulchan Aruch Taka brings it din twice, once in Shabbos, one in Chanukah. The Rambam only brings it once. Okay, understand, because Shulchan Aruch is a Shulchan Aruch. You know, you have to know Hilchos Shabbos to tell you. It tells you again Hilchos Chanukah. It tells you 7 times if we need to. The Rambam is a makabetz l'chol Torah kula. The Rambam never says things twice. He assumes he started from the first. He didn't learn in a yeshiva, the Rambam, in today's yeshiva system, where you learn only, you take out a Rambam, Luchas Nezik. The Rambam meant you should start from Hilchas Yisrael Torah Perek Aleph and finish Hilchas Malachim Perek Yud Gimel, Yud Beis.
You write in the Agdoma, if you want to know the Kol
Torah Kula.
The only one.
So he mentions, the only one. So he mentions things once. But good, you can mention Hilchas Shabbos. It's really a din in Hilchas Shabbos. You have it. So and the second din is Hoy Lefonav. He didn't have enough. If he only enough money for Kiddush or Ner Shabbos. So he said Ner Shabbos is better, more important. If you have enough money to buy a glass of wine or a candle, you should buy the candle. That's Mama should not do it Hanukkah. So why did the Rambam wait to say this dim? He could have said it earlier in Hilchos Shabbos. And no Haribu Shailas, the Rambam changes the Lashon. The Gemara says Ner Beisei Odif. The Rambam says Ner Beisei Koidim. The Gemara calls it another few lashonos that the Rambam changes from the Gemara. So the Rebbe says Nakuda Sabir is like this: 2 things. Number one, the older Rishonim, when they talk about Ner Shabbos, they say reasons. We're this winter we're going to be going between Ner Shabbos and Ner Chanukah. We're going to go back. We did Siman Reish Samach Daled. The mitzvah we're going to go back to Reish Samach Gimel. We're going Reish Samach Daled, which is all the Gedichte stuff about. Okay. All the Rishonim brings Rashi, Shaloi Koshel Beitzav Evim, Bnei Vesim Etztarim Leisha Bachoshech. The Rambam, Shalom Beisei. The Rambam doesn't even mention Shalom Beisei. He starts after Shabbos, he says that there's a mitzvah to have a candle, and he says that's covered ve'oinik. Doesn't say a word about Shalom Beisei. He doesn't say Shaloi Koshel Beitzav Evim. The mitzvah. Shabbos, you have to have a candle. It's covered ve'oinik for Shabbos. So, Shaila is what? 1 second. So the Rambam doesn't seem to think that Shalom Beisei is really the reason why we light the candle. So was geshen mit namol that Shalom Beisei made that
Then you find out.
yeah, was geshen. So the Rebbe says this is like a echte briske Torah, you know. That why is Ner Shabbos and Ner Chanukah? Why is Ner Shabbos win? Is it a din in Hilchas Shabbos or a din in Hilchas Chanukah? Obviously, the Rambam waited to say it in Hilchas Chanukah. It's not a din in Hilchas Shabbos. It's a din in Hilchas Chanukah. It's pshat that Hilchas Shabbos. The Rebbe says like this. If you notice, the Rambam changed the Lashon Gemara. The Gemara says near basic odif. The simple words and probably ways most of the Shonim and Shachmar hold is odif means that he wins and the other one loses. Ner Shabbos is more important than Ner Chanukah. The Rambam holds that that's not true. Ner Chanukah is screaming at you and says, I want you to spend the money on Ner Shabbos, not on Ner Chanukah. It's not a din in Hilchas Shabbos, it's a din in Hilchas Chanukah. A Chanukah candle, and because it couldn't be Shalom Beis is not the reason why we light a candle. So the Rambam couldn't think that's why it's odif, that's why it's more important and should push it away. But that's not the reason why we light a candle. Shalom Bayis, Shalom Kosher, Beitz Heaven. The Rambam learned it's a totally different thing. The whole idea of Shalom. The Rambam understood the Gemara said Odif. Odif could mean two ways. Odif could mean more important. Adifut, save, priorities. If you say adifut, priorities. Exactly, in Hebrew today. Say that adifuyot is, give me a list of your priority. And that's what it sounds like in the Gemara. And that's what much Rishon will learn. No, Rambam holds Ner Beis Odif means it doesn't mean it's more priority. It means that's what you should do. And that's why he doesn't use the word Odif. He uses Koidim. And he's explaining that Chanukah, the whole union of Chanukah is a mitzvah in the Torah. And the whole Torah is Lasas Shalom Ba'olam. Every mitzvah is Lasas Shalom Ba'olam. Elamai, some mitzvahs is more you see in front of your eyes that it's more begolu Lasas Shalom Ba'olam. So Ner Chanukah tells you that you should know that because I am here Lasas Shalom Ba'olam, so now if you're going to light the Ner Shabbos, there's going to be more Shalom Ba'olam. There's going to be more Shalom Ba'olam. So it's not that you're pushing me away. It's similar to what Chassidus says, that Oisek and a mitzvah, potter mitzvah, doesn't mean that the other mitzvahs being this battle. It means that all the mitzvahs are really connected. So when you're doing one mitzvah, in it, you're doing all the other mitzvahs also. Similar to what we're saying now, Nigla Vayter. It's not a din in Hilchas Shabbos, that Shabbos beats Hilchas Chanukah. If you said in Hilchas Shabbos, you would think, Shabbos candle beats Chanukah. No, it's a din in Hilchas Chanukah. The Ner Chanukah demands from you and says that Ayois, the Kol HaTorah Kula Nitna Lasa Shalom Ha'olam. But the Ner Shabbos is begoli more the union of Shalom than Ner Chanukah. So therefore it's a din in Hilchas Chanukah. And therefore it doesn't use the Lashon Gemara, Ner Beis Odif. He wants to say, Koidim. Not that it's a diffus, that it's Shabbos, it pushes away Chanukah.
Starts at home. Shalom starts at home.
Exactly. But the Shalom is not only that Shalom is not only that it's in this mitzvah. All the mitzvahs are Shalom. Chanukah says that Ayoy Shabbos is give out more than of Shalom.
So like Hanukkah Menorah and says this Menorah now is going to be Menorah for Hanukkah and Shalom.
This taka we dealt with last week, and Blina the tomorrow will be a little Masakim. That's taka the big chiddush of the Morgan Avram. We spoke about it in the Mishnah Berurah. Why you can't say that?
You're not allowed to.
You can.
You're not allowed to have a no.
Exactly. You can't have a no, even the slightest no, even you want to eat a kabetza. That's taka to do with our other sukkah.
And now Shabbos is dafka to have a no.
And the Shabbos is dafka to have a no. The Rebbe said, so this is okay. This is the nigla part of the Sichos. So therefore, the Rambam brought it not in the Shabbos, brought it in the Chanukah. It's not that Shabbos beats Chanukah. It's Chanukah tells you, please do me a favor, do Ner Shabbos. It's a din in their Chanukah. So the Rebbe says that Al Pi Chassidus is always gehalten the thing, because Chassidus says that all mitzvahs that Rabbanan are really similar to Loita says, to push away the bad. Like Chanukah, even Al Pi Nigla, is to get rid of the enemies. Pesach Beis Bachutz, Choshech, get rid of the enemies. Shabbos is the inyan Ma'ir Olam Chosa, but Shabbos Bo Menucha. Shabbos is the inyan of Chiyuv, not Shlila, not to push away, but it's inyan of Chiyuv. So therefore, emes is both are important, and the basically the Choshech of the world. There's 2 points in the Choshech of the world. Number one, the Choshech of the world says the opposite of Shari Yichud V'Amunah, right? Shari Yichud V'Amunah says that the Eibishter is recreating the world b'chol regeh v'regeh. Choshech of the world says it's not true. Okay, so there is a certain mitzvahs that are the begashmis, the inyan of oir. Oir means to take away Choshech. Choshech from the Welt says the opposite of Shar Yichud. The Neir Shabbos is the koyach of Hanukkah and Shabbos are both, but Neir Shabbos is stronger. And the other thing is that the Welt says is the Alter Rebbe says the whole thing the Alter Rebbe in Geras Kodesh in Perek 20 is that the Yeshus of this world is from the Yesh Amiti. Whole thing the Alter Rebbe says that the spiritual worlds could evolve one from the other, but the physical thing can never evolve from something spiritual. It doesn't evolve. And in the Yesh Agashmi, you see the Yesh Amiti. And then again, that's the choshech that there is in this world. The Alter Rebbe says it's so clear. In the Alter Rebbe's mind, this is the clearest thing that could be. The choshech of the Welt says it's not that way. So the truth is, every mitzvah is to take away the choshech. What's the pshat? Shalom. Shalom is that, what's pshat shalom? It's today's, making peace. Should be a ceasefire in Gaza, and they should make peace. Israel should make peace. Well, what's shalom means to make shalom between the Welt and the Eibishter. That's shalom. That there should be nikah, the emes Hashem in the Welt. So the emes says the whole Torah is made last shalom ba'olam. Ner Chanukah, Ner Shabbos has a special koyach because it's a Ner Kipshuta. Within these two, there's an adifus to Ner Shabbos. There's a special adifus to Ner Shabbos. So the Rebbe shall help from Takeh that and the Rebbe spoke about it in the context of Tav Shalom Advav when he made the campaign of the Shabbos candle, and now Ashgacha Protes we're learning about the Shabbos candle. Ashgacha Protes we're Mitzvah building a basic Knesses in Mr. Cooper's house. He did for the Rebbe 2 million pieces of over the years of Neidus Shabbos, and he also did for Lubavitch Chanukah Menorah, both. So Rebbe shall help from Taka that now is the time to emphasize the importance of the oil, and the oil should be doicha b'choshech, should be shalom ba'olam. Amen. Avias Mashiach tzedkeinu.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us. Especially for Davis. Yes.
Nice.